Welcome back to Whispered Wisdom, where we explore the depths of knowledge and the beauty of understanding. Join us on this journey as we uncover insights that inspire and enlighten. Whether you're seeking clarity, comfort, or a moment of reflection, you've come to the right place. I never considered myself a thrill seeker. I preferred cozy nights at home, binge-watching horror movies or scrolling through Reddit, getting lost in the wild tales of others. But one fateful evening, I stumbled upon a thread that would lead me down a path I could never have imagined. It all started innocently enough. I was browsing the r/nosleep subreddit, where users share their scariest stories, and I came across a post titled, "The Dark Web Auction." Intrigued, I clicked on it. The author claimed to have participated in an auction that sold more than just rare items. It sold experiences, dark, twisted experiences that no sane person would ever want to encounter. The story was chilling. The author described how they had stumbled upon a hidden link on the dark web while searching for something else. Curiosity got the better of them, and they joined the auction, bidding on what they thought was just a creepy thrill. But as the auction progressed, the items turned sinister. One item was a unique experience that involved being stalked by someone in a mask for an hour. Another was a chance to spend the night in a haunted house, but not just any haunted house. This one had a reputation for being home to real spirits. As I read on, a shiver traveled down my spine. The author claimed that once you placed a bid, you had to follow through, or there would be consequences. They had won the bidding war for the Stalker experience and had no choice but to go through with it. They described the terror of being hunted through the streets, the fear that someone was actually watching them, lurking in the shadows. I was captivated, but also horrified. I couldn't shake the feeling that I wanted to know more. I had always been fascinated by the idea of the dark web, the hidden corners of the internet where anything could happen. Perhaps it was a morbid curiosity, but I decided to investigate. Armed with my laptop and a VPN, I ventured into the depths of the internet I had only heard whispered about in hushed tones. Navigating the dark web was surreal. It felt like stepping into a different world, one filled with danger and secrets. I found forums and sites dedicated to all sorts of illicit activities, but I was looking for the auction mentioned in that Reddit post. After hours of searching, I found it. A site with a dark interface and cryptic listings. My heart raced as I scrolled through the bizarre items for sale. Then I saw it. Experience 1, the Stalker. My pulse quickened. I clicked on it and a chilling description appeared. It promised an hour of being chased, with the thrill of real fear. I was terrified, but a part of me was exhilarated. I couldn't help it. I placed a bid. I won. The confirmation email sent a wave of dread through me. I had done something reckless, something that could have serious consequences. The instructions were simple. Show up at the designated location at midnight and be prepared to run. I thought about backing out, but the thrill of it all was intoxicating. I was in too deep now. Midnight arrived, and I found myself standing in an abandoned park, the moonlight casting eerie shadows on the ground. My heart pounded in my chest as I waited, the silence around me thick with tension. I felt like prey, vulnerable and exposed. Suddenly, I heard a rustling in the bushes and my instincts kicked in. I took off running, adrenaline surging through my veins. I ran blindly through the dark, heart racing as I could hear footsteps behind me. They were gaining on me. I dared a glance over my shoulder, and there he was, a figure in a black hoodie and mask, moving swiftly, silently. My breath caught in my throat as I pushed myself to run faster. I darted through the trees, the branches clawing at my arms, but I couldn't stop. I had to escape. The sound of his footsteps was relentless, echoing in my ears. I stumbled and fell, the ground scraping my palms. Panic surged within me as I scrambled to my feet and kept running. I could feel his presence, like a shadow looming behind me. I made my way to a street, hoping for safety, but as I turned, I collided with something solid. It was a wall. I was trapped. I spun around, heart in my throat, and there he was, standing just a few feet away. The mask obscured his face, but I could see the glint of something metallic in his hand. My mind raced, searching for an escape, but the darkness closed in around me. Just as I thought it was over, a loud siren pierced the night. The figure froze, and I took my chance. I bolted past him, sprinting toward the sound. I could hear his footsteps behind me, but I didn't look back. I ran until I reached the safety of the flashing lights. I spun around, heart in my throat, and there he was, standing just a few feet away. The mask obscured his face, but I could see the glint of something metallic in his hand. My mind raced, searching for an escape, but the darkness closed in around me. Just as I thought it was over, a loud siren pierced the night. The figure froze, and I took my chance. I bolted past him, sprinting toward the sound. I could hear his footsteps behind me, but I didn't look back. I ran until I reached the safety of the flashing lights. The police arrived, and I collapsed in relief. They apprehended the masked figure, who turned out to be just another participant in the auction. hired to scare me but had taken things too far. I was shaken but alive. In the aftermath, I learned that the auction was shut down and many participants were arrested. I realized how close I had come to a nightmare I couldn't wake up from. The thrill of the dark web had lured me in, but it was a reminder that some curiosities are better left unexplored. And now, every time I hear a rustle in the bushes or see a shadow move, I remember that night. The dark web is not just a place of curiosity. It's a realm where the line between reality and horror blurs, and sometimes, what you find can haunt you forever.